This problem and all other data structure problems can be found here at Sarai Studies. Link is in the description box below. Hello everybody, in this video we're going to be covering some examples of the cases that may come up when you're inserting into a red-black tree, or the problems that may come up. So I'm assuming you have watched this video already where I introduced those three cases, but now let's actually get to some examples. Remember that for red-black trees, you can only ever have left-leaning red links, not right-leaning red links. That's a problem. So I look at this and intuitively, like, you don't even need to know which type of case this is. Just intuitively ask yourself, I want this to be a left-leaning red link that is still connecting 2 and 3. So how is that possible? Well, it would just literally look like this, connected to 2, and then I would have to have 3 over here. So then the question is, how can I go from this to this? Well, I would have to rotate to the left because this is going to the left. So I literally would have to rotate like this, and then beautiful, now it's a left-leaning red link, and that's perfectly valid for a red-black tree. So that's all we did, we rotated left. For this one, when you see a triangle shape and the sides are both red, then there's something interesting that you can do, and that's what we call recoloring. So that just means shift the red up, and if there's no link there to make red, then you're not really shifting to anything. There's really nothing to make red there, so you're just left with making these black, and that's it. We call that recoloring. Let's try another one. Again, I see the triangle shape, the sides are both red, so I can just shift the red up to the link above it, but there is no link above it, so these just become black, and there's nothing above it, so we're done. So all we did was recolor. For this one, the rule of a red-black tree is that we can't have two red links consecutively next to each other. In other words, every node can only ever have one red link connected to it. This too has 2 red links connected to it. That's a no-no. So how do we fix that? Well, recall that if we have something like this where both of them are red, then we can just use the recolor transformation to get rid of the red links. So I can literally take this and just rotate it to the right like so. Fix the number. And then it's the case where you see the triangle and both of the sides are red, then you can just recolor. So first we rotate it to the right, and recoloring means just shift the red up to whatever the link is at the top, but there is no link at the top, so we're just left with our blank links here, and there's nothing to make red up here. But let's look at an example where there is something to make red up there. So again, triangle shape, both sides are red, so we can recolor by shifting the red up to whatever link is above it. This time we do have a link above. So I'm going to make these two black, this one red, and this is the first transformation we did. We recolored, but this is still a problem because this is a right-leaning red link. We can't have that. So how can I make this a left-leaning red link while still having to connect 2 and 4? It would have to look like this, and it still has to connect 2 and 4. So if 2 is on one side, then 4 would be on the other. So in other words, to go from here to here, what do I have to do? I have to rotate to the left. So I just focus on the 2 keys or nodes that this red link is connecting, and I would just take it and rotate it to the left like so. And now we made it a left-leaning red link, which is beautiful, that's valid. But then we have these things over here. Where do they belong? Well, you just go based off the parent. The parent was 4, right? That's what it was. So then you ask yourself, well, 3, it's less than 4, so you would go down the tree. Then we have 2, greater than 2, so it would go to the right of 2 like so. And then you ask yourself, well, where does 5 go? Well, 5 is greater than 4, so it would go to the right of 4. And so these are some basic examples. In the next few videos, we'll try some other ones where you have to do a lot more transformations to get some practice in. And I'll see you in those videos. Bye!